use your God power to get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. What can we learn from the phantom limb syndrome? One of the conditions that prove and show this matchup of sensations and physical representations is the phantom limb syndrome. For those who suffer from this problem, they experience a very weird sensation. If they have an arm cut off due to disease or injury, they still have the feeling that it is still there. They can clearly see that it is not, but their feeling and sensation system still thinks it's there. That in itself is not that much of a problem. The problem comes when the missing arm is in great pain. Since the arm is gone and not there, how can you put any medicine on it to make it feel better? Sometimes their hand feels clenched in a tight, painful grasp, and yet the hand is not even there. They have no way to open their own hand to get relief because it isn't even there. They have developed an interesting and low-cost method of solving that problem. They use what's called a mirror box. Interestingly enough, this same mirror box can be used for a hand that is still there as well, but has arthritic pain, for example. If, for example, their left hand was missing, or they still had it but it was in great pain, they would position a mirror in front of them so that their right hand was next to the mirror and could be seen in the mirror. This, of course, would produce a mirror image, which is exactly what the left hand would look like. They keep their eyes focused on the mirror, viewing their left hand, or an image of what it would have looked like, and their mind matches the image with the feeling that they still have, and it feels like they have a real hand again. The method of unclenching the phantom hand, for example, is just as simple as watching their hand open up. Of course, the opening hand is actually the right hand, just being reflected in the mirror, but it feels real, and their visual system is able to confirm that the hand is now opened up and not clenched anymore. In this next video example, David Butler explains how to use a mirror box for a therapy of a missing hand or a hand that is in pain for other reasons. Video example, the mirror box. What is this video about? In this video example, David Butler demonstrates several different methods for treating various pains and problems that one might have with their hands. First, he discusses what you need to look for in a good usable mirror box, as there are several different kinds to choose from. He stresses that the mirror needs to be a good one so that the hand doesn't look expanded or warped in the mirror. One of the techniques that he describes for arthritic hands is to watch the reflected hand move easily and without pain. That tells the brain that the hand can and is functioning perfectly, even though it is inside the mirror box out of sight.
For best results, pause this video at this point here, and watch the video example mentioned in the segment. The links are located in the book chapter, and at the end of the book. If you are watching this online, you will find the link for this video example listed in the notes section. Then, after watching the associated video example, continue watching this video from here.
What does this example show and what does it mean? The important thing to learn from the mirror box therapy is that you are never dealing with the actual hand that has the problem. It is only the mirrored representation of it. This shows that hands can be healed just by observing a working representation of the hand. Since our senses are projected, just as our bodies are, we know that our sense of touch can be projected to any location, as it was in the virtual out-of-body video example. It doesn't have to be in the same place as our fingers are or were. Video example, phantom limb feelings. What is this video about? This video example is of Darren Brown, who is a famous mentalist demonstrating his ability to make contact with a person's missing hand. In this amazing video, Darren Brown asked the man with a prosthesis in place of his missing arm to place it on the table in front of him. He then traces an outline of the false arm and hand, including the fingers, on a table with a piece of white chalk. He then has the man take off his fake arm and pretend that his real arm, the one he used to have, is actually on the table. However, all that is really there is a white outline of an arm and hand. He then asks the man to close his eyes and turn his head so that he cannot see the chalk drawing on the table. He tells him to imagine that his arm is alive and very real, just like it used to be, and that it is actually lying on the table where the chalk outline is. Darren Brown then reaches over and touches one finger of the chalk drawing and asks the man, "Which finger am I touching?" After a few moments, he replies, "The ring finger?" He guessed it correctly. Darren Brown then says, "I'm going to place an object in your hand, and I want you to feel it as if you still had your hand and tell me what it is." He comes close to guessing the first object, but on the second object, he is exactly right. It is a teacup. Later, after the demonstration, the man says that he actually could feel the cup and even put one of his imaginary fingers into the cup to verify it. Remember, these are the fingers of a hand that was removed over 20 years before. What does this video example show, and what does it mean? This video example proves that we can still feel limbs that are long gone. This evidence proves that our senses and sensations are a separate function of our being, and that they are not an integral part of our physical body either. We can feel and see without the body, which is evidenced by near-death experiencers and people who have had out-of-body experiences. As we saw in the out-of-body stories above, the person, while out of the body, could see and feel and experience sensations without the physical body. The body isn't needed for anything except having a physical seeming experience. So when the arm is gone, we can still feel with it. It's just that we don't have a physical representation of it anymore. But it's still there, nonetheless.
For best results, pause this video at this point here, and watch the video example mentioned in the segment. The links are located in the book chapter, and at the end of the book. If you are watching this online, you will find the link for this video example listed in the notes section. Then, after watching the associated video example, continue watching this video from here. Options. Now activating the next video, play options. One moment please. Click on the green arrow to start watching the next video. Or, click on the red arrow to start watching the prior video. Or, click on the tan arrow to go to the main course menu and guide, with links to all course chapters, excerpts, and special reports. Up next, special video options. Click on your choice of course videos, menus, and excerpts. Now switching to the special video options menu and activating the video selection buttons. click on your selection number to start watching the video. "15 seconds till we switch to the next page with the free download information. Pause the video now if you need more time to review the available selections." This is the end of this course video. Its video number is listed above. To watch the next video, simply click on the next video in number sequence. Thank you.